Hi everyone, we're going to do a check-in on Sarah Boone and Leilani Simon. So I could split these but I think it's just going to be okay to be one reading. I'll put the timestamp just in case you're not interested in both. I will be doing a Delphi update, all right, and also Jaguar Wright, who is exposing all these celebrities. Is she telling the truth? Is there anything else we need to know? Look out for those readings. Members, Patreons, you'll get early access. Patrons, any extension, depending on your perks, any extension of things that we can't cover open on the platform, there will be that. So Sarah Boone, let's start with Sarah Boone. Now, both of them, Sarah Boone is known as the suitcase trial, right? The suitcase trial. She put, I'm trying to find the dates without me. I did a reading on her, so check it in the crime and missing cases. And same with recently, I did a reading on Quinton and Leilani. And I got in that read that he wasn't the most liked. Look, I'm losing my voice. Out of her kids. And that's why I said, did she have kids? And I think, I can't remember what I put in the description box, but always I put a note, check the description box, and I'll either say I've got notes in there, or I'll tell you what the reading's about, or I'll put all my informations in there if I don't really have anything about the video in there. So it's always worth it, because I remember that read, I was just going to do an energy check-in about her getting ready to go to trial, so that I don't have to channel anything that's heavy. I couldn't feel like I could do it, which is interesting because I know some of you are waiting on a Sebestian Rogers update. Today is the 18th or 19th, hang on. It's the 19th as I record this, whenever you see it, but I'm doing this on purpose because I plan to try and start watching. I'm going to have to catch up the Leilani Simon trial. Sarah Boone's, I'm not sure if I want to watch, but I dare say it's going to have, because she's got a lawyer now, it's probably not going to be as exciting. Although I think she controls her lawyer. But I thought, let me do this check-in. So even if you see it, obviously I have to do the tech and everything, and I might not have time today. It's going to be basically how they have felt in their first week of trial, and possibly ongoing. My readings tend to be a bit timeless, but just bear that in mind. You're looking at the first week of trial. So I think Leilani, did we say she started going to trial this at the beginning of this week, was it? So 14th? I thought it was the 7th. Why am I always stuck on the 7th with her? There's something about the 7th. Anyway, I think it was just this week because I did that post and it was coming up. So I have a whole week to check up on her, but I've not seen anything about it. And Sarah Boone, I've not seen anything. So I'm coming as a blank canvas on how they felt. You lot might have seen the trials, so you might have some validation. Now, Sarah Boone is, let's start with where Sarah Boone. There was jury selection, I believe, this week. And I do think the trial began this week. You're going to have to let me know. She allegedly zipped up her boyfriend in a suitcase and left him to suffocate in February 2020 at their Winter Park apartment. And I believe this is Florida in the US. And Boone is facing second-degree murder charges for the passing of George Torres Jr., her boyfriend. So I think it'll be second degree because she wouldn't have meant to. I think originally, I don't know what she was claiming originally, accident, alcohol, and I'm sure I heard the latest that they were going to go for is domestic, is it battery or A? Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purpose only. Please use your fact finding. So we'll start off with her and then I'll go to Leilani Simon. Check out the reading I did for her. It was a blank reading. So how is she feeling this week? Um, I don't think I have to say it because I've just seen it in the pictures, but I would have said she's chosen to be in normal dress, not, some of them are a bit loopy to decide to wear jail clothes. I think there was something prior, wasn't there? She'd requested not to have her handcuffs on, so I do think that that's either I knew or it has been the case. I feel like she's acting all prim and proper. If I tap into her energy, all prim and proper, I feel like her lawyer's probably controlled via her. So I dare say one of the things I was going to put a poll up is that if she gets a hefty conviction, does anyone think, and think about why I'm asking this, does anyone think she's going to go back and say, I didn't understand the plea, or my lawyer didn't explain to me, or it's my lawyer's fault, just so that she can have that plea back? Let me know in the comments, because I definitely think I dare say it's going to be interesting to see how her lawyers act, if they're confident and stuff. But I do think that she's had a lot of control with her lawyer on given that she's had 8, and now this is the 9th lawyer, on what she wants to have said. So, but I think she would have gone a lot easier on this one because she's no way going to get another one. So I feel like she's prim and proper. I don't know why I see like her nails are short, but they're clean. Like if she could have had maybe manicure, she would have had like a pale pink or something. She's got that short hair, hasn't she? Which is really awkward. It's not like a bob, and it's not like a boy style cut. I don't know what haircut that is. I don't mean to be rude if you've got that haircut. I'm sure it's either coming a bit longer at the front, or there's a bit of a fringe or a bit of a lay, or there's something to it. I don't know what that haircut is. And in jail, it doesn't really matter, but I think she had that haircut prior. But let's not be awful about the situation. I understand that she's got a son with a previous husband, I think. But I feel like she's prim and proper. She might have like, so I don't know who they get to help them get the clothes. Like, does someone help buy the clothes for them? I think they have to get it. Like either they buy it or get someone to buy it for them, because I don't know how they can choose it basically. But I think if she could choose something, she'd be in like not a very rigid suit, but a soft kind of suit, maybe a skirt and jacket. But then do you know those kind of middle frills, like, and I've just remembered something. I'm watching a trial on, this is why I've not caught these, on burning a woman, 64, who's up for burning her husband, right, in a fire pit. And I've not seen it anywhere in the comments or in the lives, but I think people are missing it, even though they know they think she's guilty, allegedly. It's so clear that her lawyers have got her to dress up like, not a granny, but someone in their, kind of like conservative trousers, top, some pearls, a bit like more like a well looked after granny. Whereas when you see her on the photo, she's wearing like a knee length or above the knees dress, and you can see that she probably works out, or she works out on the farm. Quite a strong woman. And she had blonde hair, and this was like 6 years ago, and I know you age, but not that much. So, and it's interesting, she's got like a gray hair bob at the moment, and I think it might be like, she doesn't look frail, but it's to add to the compliment that she couldn't have moved or done this because she's old. You know what I mean? And I think Sarah Boone it needs to look like she's soft and innocent, but I don't know if she can come over that way. But I feel like she's going to be behaving herself in terms of with her lawyers, or like, thank you. You might see her saying thank you, or a smile, like really polite. But I wonder if that's her true nature underneath it, or is she a bit loose cannon? I definitely think she's very much a control freak. I think she probably was between a girlfriend and mothering George. Now, he probably wasn't the best boyfriend, and so she felt like she needed to help him or get him on the right track or try to get him to become a man. And he wasn't going to be that person. So I won't be surprised if we hear those kind of things, maybe not in trial, but if she's done an interview or if she does an interview or something that she might say. I think actually before the trial, was it in the motions hearing or pre-hearing, she took the stand? I can't remember where I saw that thumbnail. Well, that's the way I see her. Obviously, out in jail, you don't get access to makeup. So, and she looks like quite a plain Jane, but I don't know. I think sometimes sometimes they can have like this fake kind of ink that they create. But so I don't think she's quite a plain Jane, but I think she's going to be like, so not like ladylike, like legs crossed over each other, one over the other, but legs crossed, like legs together crossed underneath, you know, when it's at your ankles. I don't think she's going to be like one leg over the other, like I'm Miss Sarah Boone. No. I think she's going to try and look confident, but I think she's going to be embarrassed. I think with some of the witnesses, she is going to be maybe looking down or doing a lot of paperwork, and it might look like she's like pretending she's the lawyer of her own case, but I think some of it is a bit of shame as well, but you can't look into it. So let's see how she's feeling. How is she feeling at the moment? I do think she feels a lot more confident from what I'm getting of the energy with this new lawyer, and that she has a lawyer. There's some delusion around her though for not taking that plea. And I think she's not come to the terms with the whole circumstances that she's actually had her hands in what's happened. And that's probably why it's second degree. She didn't mean to, but I mean, it's just silly and stupid. And I do think that she wanted to give him a bit of punishment, torture, but I don't think she meant that it would lead to that. But yeah, I don't know why I see like a smile, not a face that you could read as being really friendly, soft, and as if she's like innocent, the sweet one, but not like to the extent of being too soft and spoiled kind of energy, if that makes sense. So let's see, how is she feeling? So how is she feeling at the moment? There she is. She's not able to let something go, and I think that's what she's stuck on, that she didn't do this in some way. She knows she did, but like, look, yeah, she's not able to let go of the judgment, the perception that she has of this story. She's feeling good in herself, okay, but there's this element she's not able to let go of, and she really feels like a team with her lawyers. So I presume there's two lawyers. Sometimes they have a lawyer and assistant kind of lawyer. Usually a lot of them do have two, and I do think there's two, and there's hair there, okay. So how did she feel during this week? How did she feel during this week? Whether it's jury or it started, or how did she feel during this week? Five of Pentacles, Justice. She felt justice was up and down this week, okay? But overall, she felt like it was a success at the end of the week, okay? So this is probably leading into how she's feeling now. But at the beginning, she was a bit wavering. She might not felt very well. She might have felt a bit woe is me. I don't know if she's going to say that, you know, she's got a cold, or she's feeling cold during there, or she's hungry. Maybe like, yeah, something like that. Justice, she felt wavered. Like sometimes it was going in their favor, sometimes not. So maybe this was when they were asking for if this week they were asking for like things to be included and excluded. She was looking for her inner strength, but at the same time, really taming how she comes across, okay? Really just trying to tame that inner kind of beast. Inner like, you know, like I said, the image that she's giving is partly her, but also putting it up, and I think she's putting it up in a very good way where it's not so spoiled, but I think she's acting a bit soft, and she's really being aware of, split the deck, of how she's coming across, as you know, in terms of how people will perceive her, the truth, and what she's actually feeling inside. Like I said, I think she might play with papers, take notes when she's actually feeling ashamed not to look at the witness about something. So this could be one of the family members, or I think her son is too small to testify, maybe her ex-husband, family member of the other side, something like that. Okay. All right. So let's see, how could she feel? How is this week coming up looking for her so far? Obviously the energy could change. Don't forget to give this a like if you enjoy these readings, and then we'll check on Leilani Simon. So how is she feeling? How will she feel this upcoming week? How will she feel at some stage in this upcoming week? Ooh, this upcoming week, there's definitely talks of what happened. And there's going to be a lot more about rigid. I think there's going to be a lot more about, I don't know if they've been through it, but the investigators and the police, all right, into the ending of his thing, and what she did around that. I think that's going to be a lot of focus this coming week. She is going to be holding her ground. I think she's going to mention that she's a mother and she's very caring, or whatever it is. I'm not sure if that is the case, but I think that's what she's going to come up. She is going to be confused at times on whether things are rolling in her favor or not. Yeah. There's going to be something raised about George's income, if he didn't work or he did work, his lack of stability as a boyfriend is, and I guess he was also living with her. I'm not sure about that, but I think he was also living with her, and I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be talks about obviously what happened, and it happened in the home, but also possibly his instability as a person and his financial income. She is going to be a bit confused, delusional at certain times. But then I think the team, her lawyers, are going to kind of pull her back on track. You know, I think she's going to try and come up with certain things, and they might say to her, no, we need to follow through in this kind of way. Will she be quiet? Told to take this card. She's going to see, to trust that it will move forward. To move it forward, she's going to trust in what they're saying. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're looking at Leilani Simon, who, after I did that reading, because I felt her energy was very immature, I was like, what is she, like 17 or something? 17, 20. I thought 17 would be a bit young, but like 20, but quite self-absorbed. All right, so again, not moving, Sarah Boone not moving past that. She was the one really involved in this. Leilani is accused of, I said it in my first read, so check that out. This was 2 years ago. I think it was the 6th of October on 2022, but let's just check. So they're from Savannah, Georgia, I think it is. And I know that was a big number that I mentioned in terms of the amount of felonies or convictions she could be up against. But I'm sure it's the 5th of October. You'll just have to October 22. It's just saying, you know, on a trial for I forgot I'm on YouTube. A 20-month-old son, Quentin Simon, and getting rid of his body in a dumpster in October 2022. So this one's a lot earlier than like Delphi, which I think is 7 years or something, or even Sarah's 4 years plus. So we are now up to just passing the 2nd year, and I do believe she's been in jail. So given my first read, please do check it out under the crimes as well as Sarah Boone's. Okay. I would say, let me just put this here so I remember to do a timestamp when I don't like to listen to my videos. I never have. I've never replayed, never anything. I just do test checks here and there on the audio, the picture and everything, but I don't listen to them or re-listen to them. Whatever I bring that I've remembered or downloaded psychically from spirit when I do a follow-up read. So so I can do a timestamp while I scroll, see the amethyst. Okay. While I scroll, see the amethyst. Okay, so Leilani, how was she feeling this? Oh, she was feeling kind of confident. Again, I think she's got 2 lawyers beside her. Do you know what? Again, with her, I'm getting, you're not going to be able to notice, but there's times where she's actually feeling nervous. How do I explain the energy without being able to, like, I don't know if I see a, it's not like a poker face, but if you look closely, you're going to be able to see from her eyes or her eyes blinking. I think also look at her throat when she does get nervous. If you think she's not getting nervous, she is getting nervous, but I also feel like she's not realizing that every defense lawyer's case is to really stand beside you and believe in you. And I think she's, do you know when you see that, like, your lawyers are standing up for you, like, oh my God, they really believe in me, they're really fighting for me. So as opposed to it's their job, and yes, they maybe are, she's really feeling it like personalized. I don't mean that they're interested in her, but do you know, like, I think she's feeling really good with her lawyers. There's something here that is coming a bit of a challenge position with her. And I think it's possibly where something this week they've already probably gone into, I'm getting time frames of dumping the body. Okay. But what she's most nervous been about this week is about visiting. I think I got it in my last read, and I also, when I read an article, it was allegedly, but those articles are not always true. Not what people tell police comes out in trial. And so I learned that just recently, like, you can't just take because I get a download and then I read that and then I'm like, okay, so my download can't be correct, but then my downloads ends up being correct, you know. So there's definitely, and I was getting in my read, the DRUG dealer, that really was something she found challenging. I think they've brought it up. I'm getting that they've brought it up. They've indicated it in some way if they haven't delved into it for quite a bit. That has been the most challenging part this week out of everything else. Okay. So see, you know, look, it really tells you what I'm channeling. Despite what you're thinking or how she's presenting herself, and I don't think she presents very well, and I don't know if there's any remorse there. I don't really feel it, to be honest with you. I feel like if she does break down or anything, it's out of fear for herself of what's coming up. But here she's really holding on to her own narrative, and but at some stage she feels like, I feel like she can't really tell the lawyers the truth because then they can't stand up for her. But oh yeah, in this she can, because she said that she did it. But what is she pleading? That's what I don't understand. What is she pleading? Is she pleading not guilty? Then like, who got him there? I don't understand. Can someone let me know? Because I don't think she can plead lack of insanity, lack of sanity, and I'm not getting that. So what is she pleading not guilty? She really feels off guard when it comes to the drugs and the home she would have visited to get it from, or the place she visited to get it from. And the amount, there's something to do with money on that as well. Like, did she get more for her money? I feel like she got it more for her money. There's something that worries her about this more, okay? But she's got her boundary up. Okay, she's got her boundary up. She's not fully trusting in something. How is she feeling? 2 more cards. How was she feeling last week or this week just passed? We got 3 more cards. Very strong cards, by the way. She's had to really take a step back and learn to, this week, she's had to learn to maybe hold her emotions or how she's feeling intact, or how she reacts. She's had to withdraw from speaking her mind. So I don't know what that is about. Also here, she really feels like there's secrets that she never said, and also secrets around this relationship. I think this is her boyfriend. I think, was it Danny? And remember I said I think Danny's telling a fib or a lie about something, and he's worried about straightening that up and during a trial, or it being raised that you lied. Why did you lie? Yeah, this is Danny. So there's a, she's really, you know, there's secrets around her and Danny, and he knows quite a lot about her that I don't think was out in the public. And it's, I'm not going to take this because I asked for this card to confirm this was Danny, because it could have been anyone. It could have been the DRUG dealer. It could have been any one of her previous whatever. But there's something there with these two. There's something towards him and him towards her. It's interesting. What is this? I think they both have like secrets, but I think some of those secrets came out, and there was a bit of embarrassment or shame around it. Maybe it's the GRUGs or the way they were living. And also possibly in my last reading, I got that he should be like, oh, you just deal with this, deal with that. So I feel like he probably dealt with the kids a bit more. But there's something more to this high priestess. I think there's more going to be coming out. I just feel there's a powerful energy here, and it's a feminine energy, and it's not hair. Oh, could there have been a... Yeah, there's a powerful feminine here, and I don't know if it could be a drawer, or there's someone who's powerful, and I think they're a bit psychic. But it's not Leilani, but the energy is here. And that also made her take a step back. For some reason, it won more in Danny's favour, although I felt Danny would probably... I think he's innocent, but I think he's told a porky about something. But there's a very strong feminine energy here, and I don't think she's to be messed with. I think it will come to light if it's not. Okay. Might have a drawer who's psychic or something. I know that the spirit is not telling me yes on that, but there's something. Okay. Let's see how she's feeling. If she got any remorse. I checked last time. There wasn't any bloody remorse, was there? If she got any remorse right now as I'm doing this reading, Saturday the 18th, or in the next couple of days, any remorse? I don't see remorse. I see that she needs to win this case, and she is fighting for that. With obviously the help of her lawyers. But there is a loss here. There's a bloodshed loss, which we know. You know, near the landfill, was there like a little distinct building? So how is she feeling, and how will she feel in this upcoming week? I wonder, is her mum going to testify? Has her mum testified? Presume this is, what is this going to go on for, like? How long have they said it will go on for, like? I mean, normally they're about 3-4 weeks to 6 weeks maximum, apart from the YSL trial. That's just horrendous, isn't it? But I think it might be going a lot better. I don't know anything about that trial, apart from obviously gang MURDE. But do you know how I came aware of it? Is when I was watching, what was the trial before this Burn husband trial? Is anyone watching that? The lady's name is Melody. She's tried to stitch her sons up. Some people believe it's the sons. I don't know what you think it is. I think she's also really the guy Rusty she's dating or was dating and seeing. I think they are keeping it under wraps. Did anyone notice after Rusty first testified the first day, she bolted out that courtroom as if she was going to go meet him in the toilets? Obviously, she could. I was thinking if they could, but they can't because there's cameras. But I do think they're in touch in some way. And I think if she gets out, they're going to get married or they'll be together. I think there's still something there. And he's trying to stay loyal to her, but he's trying not to convict himself or get held up for, I know he's not on trial before any stupid comments, but like conspiracy or things where he's pulled in suddenly. Anyway, let's see this upcoming week. How will Leilani feel? I don't know who's due. I'm told to, which one, Spirit? The bottom of the deck. Not this one, this one. Star, hopeful. Ooh. So it seems like this week she might not be in her power as much, not be feeling in her power as much. I don't know why I get this is the grandmother. Still fighting to defend herself, so stuck on that. I feel like this is to do with, do we have anything to do with her father? I feel like this is to do with, or there might be something that comes up that in her childhood she had a lack of a father's presence, a lack of stability, and it caused, I don't know, maybe some trauma. I think there might be something around Quinton's father, how maybe she saw Quinton as her lifetime partner. I think they both didn't want Quinton, but she went ahead and had Quinton, which is really, really sad, because what I get is the father didn't want Quinton, but it could be that she fell pregnant too early, and it's not like Quinton was born and he was like, I'm rejecting Quinton. It was more like, I think they both didn't want Quinton, but she went and had Quinton. And then I don't think the father was in Quinton's life, but I feel like she saw that there was, you know, that basically she wanted the 4 of 1 and 10 of cups with this guy, this Quinton father. There's going to be focus on that kind of stuff on her home. I'm losing my voice. It's interesting. Why am I losing my voice? Again, something. Oh, the psychic again. Look at these strong cards. I wasn't going to take them, but I wasn't concentrating and took them. There is going to be something about the, I don't think the, imagine the DRUG dealer comes on to testify. I mean, I think his address they might have to disclose his address, because in my first read, I got wherever she's communicating in her phone is very key. Like, even if she called 911, that place is key where she called 911. Whatever she was doing, her times in her phone is very key in this whole trial. I got it in the first read, and it really helps the police put stuff together. And her whereabouts is there. And yeah, there's definitely this dealer is coming up again. And there's the psychic that I don't think the psychic's going to be there, but her energy is so strong. There's a feminine energy that is so strong. I don't know, but I feel, usually when I see this, a lot of people say, oh, it's a psychic. I don't. If you look at my readings, I very rarely say it's a psychic. There's more to come out that we don't know about, okay? And there's I think there's more to come out about maybe that a psychic said had happened, or, you know, someone being known as a psychic, or there's an aura of a heavy psychic in the audience. But there's more secrets to come out, especially around possibly whether she went to work or not work. But I think it's stronger than that. It's to do with this dealer, and it's to do with 2 very powerful people that were kind of, one, the dealer that was in her life, okay? And what her patterns were in terms of buying DRUGs. I think that's there. There's really going to be a cutthroat time during next week, that it's kind of like, cut the BS and no, this is not allowed, or this is allowed. Something next week. So I think the defense might take this stand soon, but they're going to be like, what you're saying around something does not tie her to ending her, so she's pleading not guilty, ending her or dumping her son's life, or, you know, dumping him or ending her son's life, allegedly, okay? There's going to be a moment next week that the judge will feel like something doesn't sit right, and she is going to try and tie that in with a court ruling, like a legislation or something. And she's basically gonna cut the BS around something by using law or legislation. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. Okay, and if you like this, please do like, subscribe, support however you wish to. If you want to join the members, the Patreons for early access and packs, you can do. And I'll see you in the next one, in our next read. Take care. I don't know why I'm getting told to say about Sebestian again, right? I don't know if I completed my sentence or because when I'm channeling, Sebestian's energy is void, okay? So when you see this, it might have changed. He's not happy about something, but I don't know what's happening. I was resisting doing a reading, all like, you know, recently I found things very heavy. And I was like, well, I can just do very easily an energy check-in. But when I was thinking of it, it was very heavy and I was resisting the energy. So I feel like drama started coming up. We would have been talking about all last week, and this is the 19th. So like I'd say from at least the 12th until now, okay, the heavy, I felt extremely heavy around, to be honest, around the 16th is coming to my mind. Yeah, 16th, and then a little bit 17th. Those 2 dates, very heavy. I don't know what happened, but he was also in void. And that's not that. Sometimes a spirit can be in void, and it's, what do you call it? You know, maybe the spirit's being channeled too much in one go. You know, when a passing happens, quite a few psychics try to channel, tap in. But this is, he wasn't happy about something, because I can see him, and something's not making him very happy. I feel like right now, as I say this, it's eased a little bit, but 2 elements, a very heavy energy, okay, and something he's not very happy about. And it might be that there's the lack, I feel like a lot of it's around, there's a focus being diverted again, and this could be externally, not internally with the police. So I don't know what's happening, but I'll try and put a timestamp on that, because I don't think I continued what I wanted to say about Sebestian. If I did, I've just reiterated it, but Spirit reminded me that I wanted to say about Sebestian, and I don't think I completed the sentence. So if you enjoyed this, please do like, subscribe, support me, support the channel. It's, you know, when I say there's issues with the channel, there is. I put up a video, it's 54 years ago. They're not able to give me for the past year data on what my subscribers like. Every content creator gets that. And also, if they can't do that, how can they promote my channel or videos to the right algorithm, right? Because they say they can't tell me what my subscribers or people that view my videos like. They can't promote it in the right areas. They're probably promoting it somewhere else, even if they're promoting it. And I think there's a lack of promotion, because they're not giving me data. Data is all wrong. Creator data is all wrong. And so there's a loss, there's a gap there. Certainly, you know, channels that have been at it for less than me have said it's been really, really hard. And I don't think people understand what really, really hard means. So do, if you enjoy the channel, take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one, everyone. Bye for now.